Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today is actually going to be my 100th upload to the channel. A great way to celebrate that feat is to do the opposite of last week's video and to talk about my top 5 favourite tech suits on the market. We've also hit another big milestone recently where I got to 5,000 subscribers, and to celebrate that, I'm giving away an Arena Carbon Core FX on my Instagram page. Please go check out my Instagram giveaway at TheSwimsuitGuy95. Before we do get into the video, I just want to say if you can subscribe to the channel, it really means a lot. And if you enjoy this video, please could you leave a like. Without further ado, let's get into the video. At number 5, we have the Finis Rival 2.0. Not only does this tech suit look extremely cool, especially in the Olivia Smoliga white colorway that I'm showing right here, but it offers a lot of great features. It has all the key things I think that make a tech suit successful, such as being dual layered and having internal hamstring taping. That being said, it is very, very flexible and comfy, and you can put this tech suit on in literally about 30 seconds, even in this tiny looking size 26. It presents itself as very likeable for a lot of different events, and its versatility is definitely one of its standout pros. There are a couple of things that do prevent this from being any higher on my list, which would be that it does take on board a lot of water, especially after a few wears, and I do just sometimes want a little bit more compression than this offers. At number 4, we have the Arena Carbon Air, or Air Squared. If my Air Squared hadn't been stolen at the Middle East Championships last year, I would have been showing that off, but I don't have an Air Squared anymore, I only have an Air. But the two suits are very close to identical, especially in the male jammer. If they were to be the same price, I would recommend you get the Air Squared, but if you're going to save, 10 or 20 quid by just going for the Air, I'd grab that. Or just pick your favourite colourway of the whole Air range. The reason this makes it to my list is because it offers something that nothing else in this list does. It's super light, it's single layered, it's super comfy, it's the most versatile tech suit really in the flagship level by a long way, and it's extremely cheap. You can get an Air now under £100 without any stress in any size and most colorways. And compared to everything else on this list, which is towards 200 or even above £200, a suit under £100 that really is great just seems like a no-brainer to be on my top 5 list. And while the most things on this list, are direct competitors to each other, if you don't like the utmost compression, if you don't like high waist, if you don't like super tight, then a lot of the other suits, maybe apart from the Finis Rival, you wouldn't want anyway, but you would want the Arena Carbon Air. And that's why it's easily and happily on my top 5 list. At number 3, we have Speedo's latest flagship, the Laser Racer Pure Intent, and I have it in this green glow colorway right here. Yeah, it's a stunning suit. We don't need a debate about that. It's also a great performer, and obviously I've done a full review on it, so you can check that out at the pop-up up the top right corner right now. But this, again, like the Finis, has all the things I look for in a suit. The entire back portion is dual layered, it has dual hamstring taping that really gives it some snap and pop off the walls, and it has great compression. On top of that, Speedo have innovated with 3 different materials being used in this, including this really unique honeycomb texture at the back. And to me, this was Speedo's biggest push forward in tech suits since in 2008 when they released the original Laser Racer bodysuits. It is expensive. The retail of this is sort of £270, £280, depending on if you get the standard or high waist version, which is another huge selling point for this. With some models like the Mizuno or the Finis, you are tied into a high waist fit. And if you don't like high waist for whatever reason, Speedo have you covered. They offer it in a standard fit and a high waist fit. And whatever your preference is, you can get a suit that you're going to love. At number 2, we have another suit that aesthetically is just magnificent. And really, when you look at all these suits in the lineup, they look great. Tech suits today look great. And I'm talking about the TYR Venzo, specifically in the X-ray colorway I have, which is like this awesome zebra patterning. And I think this is, again, one of the coolest looking tech suits. So if you don't like this black and white aesthetic, there are some awesome variations for you to choose from. And if you are a very understated, subtle guy, there's a black version as well. If it was splitting hairs between this and the Speedo for what was number 2 and number 3, and on any given day, I could pick either or either. The reason I gave it to the TYR Venzo is because personally, I've just performed better in this. This was the first suit I went 22 point for 50 freestyle in, and that's always going to have a special moment in my heart. And the reason I gave it the slight edge above the Speedo suit, but to be honest, they're both awesome, and any one of you could prefer either. Just like the Speedo, this is very, very customizable to your fit, whether or not you want a standard or a high-waisted option. As you know, I prefer the high-waisted option in both the Venzo and the Pure Intent. But if you're against the high-waisted, as I said earlier, it has you covered. This has a lot of unique things. Not only is the compression great, but it has a huge amount of dual layering. And not just at the back of the suit, but around the front on the quadriceps as well, where it also has taping. This has the most advanced taping skeleton of any suit out there, with hamstring and quadricep support, some coming up the back on the hip. And it just, yeah, it really does lock you in and pull you up on the water. And while it doesn't have the explosive pop as like the Speedo Pure Intent, it does have absolutely great compression, and you feel great all the way through a race. The other reason I love the Venzos is their longevity, and this is another edge they have over the Pure Intent. The Venzos do last a lot longer than the Pure Intent. For my standard cut versions of the Venzo and the Pure Intent, I got them at a similar time. I've worn them a similar amount of times, and the Venzo looks as good as new, and the Speedo is, well, it's starting to die of death a little bit. So great longevity on this suit as well. Now, before we get to number 1, I'm going to do an honourable mention, and that's going to be the MP Matrix. This is a tech suit that I have not yet reviewed. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I've not actually worn it yet. As you can see, my pair is still brand new with tags. And why am I giving something an honourable mention if I've not even tried it out in the pool? And that's because I have tried it on, and I really do love everything about what this tech suit has in terms of design, feel, and I'm really excited to try it. The material is very unique and novel. It features 2 different materials and a metal alloy, which I don't know if it's a gimmick or not, but the material, as I said, feels great, and I feel awesome wearing this suit. I've got this in a high-waisted version, but it does come in a standard cut. More companies do need to do this, and it's great to see it being more often. And it does have this twin taping down the back of the hamstring, which you know I think is a crucial factor in any tech suit. If you do want to see a future review of the Matrix, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because as soon as I get back in the pool, I will be reviewing this. And here we are at number 1. And was there really any doubt of what tech suit I was going to say? To be honest, I'm not going to say any individual tech suit. I'm just going to say any Mizuno GX Sonic 3, 4, or 5, because, well, they're awesome. Separating them up and making them individual entries to this top 5 list, well then, if I'm going to be completely honest, the top 5 would be complete with just Mizuno tech suits, because I really do believe they still are a step above the rest of the competition. So that we have a little bit more diversity on the list, the Mizuno GX Sonics are all going to take up 1 entry, and it might be that you prefer the 3ST or the 4ST or the 3MR or the 4MR, or even the 5 models that I don't have here with me in Oman but are back in the UK. They are, in my opinion, the best tech suits on the market. They are all very similar. They all have the same makeup. They have that very rigid Sonic Ribtex material on the back. They have the more traditional Sonic light material at the front. They have some sort of hamstring taping down the back of the suit, which is also dual layered. And they have this awesome high-waisted fit. All the different models come in a wide range of cool looking and unique designs. I still absolutely love this royal blue that the threes come in, but I also love the look of the 5s as well. Everything about these suits just makes them awesome. Their compression rate is off the chart. The buoyancy is amazing. No other suit makes you feel so lifted in the water when you're wearing them. The hamstring taping, especially in the case of the 4s and 5s that have this X shape down the back, just have so much up-kick support and snap and pop off the start and the turns. The Mizuno tech suits were game changers. They're what inspired me to make this channel, and here we are 100 videos later, and I'm still talking about how much I love these tech suits. I don't say this lightly as well, and through my journey I've reviewed upwards of 30 tech suits now, and I currently have 35 different models in my collection. And I've tried over 45 different jammers since they were banned in 2009. Some I unfortunately don't have any longer, so I've not been able to make a review of them. But are the Mizuno a perfect suit? And I don't think they quite are just yet. They oddly still have a few stitch seams, like this one down the back of the bum. And you've probably heard they have a real tendency to rip on this seam here, especially on the 3MR model. Maybe the 5s have a little bit more longevity. They also don't come in a standard cut, so if you don't like high-waisted suits, you may be very much put off of buying a Mizuno because they only are in this higher, not fully high, but higher waist version. While I do mention this seam liking to rip, the actual materials, on the other hand, are by far the most robust of any tech suit out there. And these suits perform absolutely amazingly, even 50 wears in. If they don't rip, they will offer you great performance boosts in the pool. So there we have it. As of May 2020, my top 5 tech suits on the market. The Finis Rival 2.0, the Arena Carbon Air or Air Squared, the Speedo Laser Pure Intent, the TYR Venzo, and the Mizuno GX Sonic. If you do think that I've missed out your favourite tech suit and a suit that should have been on the top 5 list, please do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please could you leave a like, and if you like the channel, please could you subscribe. Check out my Instagram page at TheSwimsuitGuy95, now more than ever because I am giving away an Arena Carbon Core FX in the new Army Green colourway for both men and women. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.